with you here in the shop. We have another fun project, so I want to invite you to come on over here and let's take a closer look. Hey guys, great to have you come visit me here in the shop. The other day I was cleaning up around here and I found some stuff and I got to thinking about it. You guys ever have any of these just sitting around? And they've got the different promotions that the different companies they belong to. This store is no longer in business. This store here is no longer in business. And there are even a few things. I was looking through some of our stuff and we have this ice cream scoop from Peshtigo National Bank up in northern Wisconsin. This thing's got to be 40 years old. So I got to looking around some other places and I started finding things that we had around here that were promotional pieces from different companies. This one here belonged to my grandfather. It says Schwarzschild and Company. It's what he used to put watch parts into. This is B&B Fancy Crystals. It's also from a watch parts. Then I remember my dad using these things. It was a change purse and he used them all the time. I never got used to using them, but the bank, the credit union that we used to belong to, used to pass these out. And then this little thing, when I was a kid, I thought this was so cool. And I remember, I guess it was from the late 70s, early 80s. They used to pass these things out, and the credit union we belonged to was where we picked these up. You have a knife, a fingernail cleaner, and a fingernail file here on the other side with a screwdriver and a pop bottle opener. And made in the USA, it says right there, from Bassett. And this was just so cool when I can remember as a kid. Now I recognize that it's not really super quality or anything, but yet it worked for the purpose that we had. I don't know of anybody anymore that hands out pocket knives as promotions, probably for liability reasons, but this was pretty cool. I can remember as a kid. So I was on eBay the other day and I saw something that grabbed my attention and I want to share it with you now. Just check this out. Isn't that cool? Norlund Hudson Bay. It's a marble, a shooter, a 1-inch diameter marble. It's got the little canoe. The guy in the canoe there has axe on the bottom there. And this is my favorite brand. And I thought, I gotta have that. So I put in a bid and won the bid. And I thought, isn't that cool? And I know sometimes when we go to expos and places like that, they still hand out some of these things. But I don't know, not too many. You don't have as many of these kinds of things being offered to you just from your local businesses. We have gone to some vendor fairs where they'll pass out things like that. And it's fun to, some of the things are quite useful, like this scoop. Been using it for such a long time and it's still very practical. Some of the things aren't so practical. I don't know when the last time was I used a yardstick, but maybe you can tell me in the comments if you've used a yardstick recently. I think I've seen some people use them as poles to hold up their beans or tomatoes and things like that. So let me know if you've used some of those things. But I have had here in the shop, sitting for a while, I've had it I think over a year now, and it goes along with this marble that I found, and that is this beautiful little axe head. This is a Norlund Canadiene. It's a 2-pound axe head, and I thought, you know what? I kind of like to clean this up, fix it up, and hang it on a handle. And there's a new store in town that opened this weekend, and it's a a hardware store, like a Farm and Fleet, and I got to looking around at some of their stuff, picked up some things from them. But check this out. They're selling these little axe handles, and this is a boy's axe handle, and it's a 28-inch, which is what Norlund used to put these heads on, was a 28-inch handle, and it fits beautifully. This thing, the profile of it, just look how thin that gets right there, and yet it's up here, it's nice and thick where it belongs. And I never thought I would say this, but that pommel, that handle right there, that pawn's foot, is huge. Which, what I like, it's not really the shape that I like, but there's enough meat right there that we can do some shaping here with a file and turn this into something I think will be spectacular. So I'm going to clean this head up, and we're going to hang it on this axe head, and we're going to put it on the 28-inch handle, which is what it used to come with. Most of them that I have here, this here is a 20-inch handle, and this is the 24-inch handle. I like for 2-pound heads to be on the smaller ones, but Norlund used to put these on a 28-inch. Now this is 28 inches from here to here right now, and we're going to have a little bit off the end here that we will have to cut off, so it'll end up being about 27 inches. But that's pretty normal for most axe handles. If you look at what they're advertised as and what they end up being once they're hung, they are a little shorter. But let's jump into this, clean this up, and make this thing sparkle. Now for newer viewers, I like to chamfer the bottom side right here, because right now that is very, very sharp. And that is so sharp that when you drive the handle into the eye, it will actually cut the fibers and make them curl up. And I like to chamfer this so that this will ride up on to the fibers and compress the fibers rather than cutting the fibers. So we just put a little bit of a bevel on the inside here. Well friends, another fun project here in the shop. As I mentioned before, this is my favorite brand and my favorite model, and this is the first one that I've done like this with a 28-inch handle. So I think it's turned out really well. Very happy with it. I'm not going to give this one a home up on the wall because I already have, this is a Canadian and this is a Canadian with a 20-inch or a 24-inch and a 20-inch, and this is the 28-inch, and so I think I'm going to set it aside and keep it. I will keep it probably as, it's probably my new favorite because of the way it turned out. This handle, it's a bought handle, but just look at the perfection on that grain. You look at the grain and how it runs straight down this handle. That palm swell shaped up really nice, and you can see how it tapers down right there, nice and thin, and then right here at the end it tapers up again to give some beef and some meat to this neck right here. Just turned out beautifully. This is a 2-pound head on a 28-inch handle. So guys, again, as always, thank you so much for joining me on these projects. I thoroughly enjoy them, and sure do enjoy you guys coming by the shop to visit. Well guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Share this with others that you may think will enjoy this type of content. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. You're always welcome here in the shop, and I really hope to see you next time. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless.